All right. So we are live now in all platforms. Uh, Instagram still going live, but well, trying to be punctual. I know I'm Brazilian. It's like it's hard to be punctual all the time, but I'm trying to be as punctual as possible. Every Tuesday at 6, and today is not different. Try like recording a video every Tuesday at 6, talking a bit more about career coaching or something related to the job search or anything that someone asked me during the week regarding this whole process of changing careers or getting a new job or anything related to that. So if you're interested in this, or you have someone that is interested in this, just let them know, or pass the link to them so they can watch the video and get some advice on that. And of course, all of you can reach me at any time on my social media, and I will try to make some time to reply to people. And of course, I have my coaching practice, so you can also contact me for that as well. So let's get into the subject we're talking about today, which are basically how to answer two questions. And the first question will be, well, let's say something first, that these two questions are questions that I personally don't think that work in interviews. I think they don't assess much of the candidate, but at the same time, they they are asked. People ask them anyway. Hey, Nico, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so those two questions are: what's your biggest strength and what's your biggest weakness? And like I said, personally, I don't think they're very effective in an interview, but people still asking them. So it's interesting to know. It's good to know how to answer to those questions without compromising what you have to offer for that particular company. So the first we're going to explore is what's your biggest strength. So um, the first thing you need to keep in mind about that is that it, you need to express something that the company is looking for. Maybe you're very good at what you have as a skill, what you have as a strength that is also useful for that company. So even if you think that you have something that is better than that, what they're interested to hear is this is what you how can you use that skill, how can you use your strength to help the company progress. So always keep that in your mind when you're answering this question. And of course, this is the easiest of the two questions to answer, because everybody likes to talk about what you're good at. So it shouldn't be a big problem for anybody to answer this question. But let's give an example. Let's say you want to say you're good at Excel. You don't just say, oh, I'm good at Excel, but Excel has many different functions. You can do many different things with it, and maybe for that specific position is not something that they're looking for. So you need to be mindful and read the room if that applies for that interview. So instead of saying I'm good at X and in Excel, you can say something, well, I succeeded in the past in analyzing some data that generated some results for the company. So you're saying the exact same thing, that you're good at Excel, but how you used it, how you actually use those skills to generate a benefit for the company, well, for your previous company. Or if you don't have work experience, how you use that um, in terms of doing a project at university, or doing something that you had to use that and you succeeded at that. So if you can give a concrete example, that's the perfect thing to finish your argument on your strength. Being specific is another thing that is very useful. When we say general stuff, people have a hard time believing in us. When you say, I'm good at Excel, okay, but what can you do in Excel? And then they start asking more and more follow-up questions, and it can be difficult at some point for you to answer. So be specific on your example. If you have numbers, throw them in there. So I have the result to increasing 20% of whatever it is that you're talking about. So be very specific with that. The second question is the hardest one of the two, which is what's your biggest weakness? So first of all, don't say I'm a perfectionist. Please don't say that. This is, anybody can see through that. This is just pure bullshit. People can see through that. Yeah. So, and everybody says that. Perfectionist. A lot of people say that. So don't say that. It's the first thing. Don't try to create something that you are not. You can be honest in this part of the interview. You can perfectly be honest. The only thing you need to be is honest, but also be kind to yourself. And I'm not saying this on a woo woo kind of way. It's just, let's say if you missed a couple of deadlines in the past, you had problems with time management, like everybody had at some point. What you can do, instead of saying, oh, I miss a lot of deadlines, I'm very bad with time management, you don't need to say something like that, because it's very negative for you, and it doesn't add anything to the person that is interviewing you, to the company. What you can say is, you say, well, sometimes it's challenging for me to manage my time, but I've been progressing in this and this and this way over the years, and I focus a lot on getting that better in the future and progressing more and more each day. So what you're doing there is you're being honest, but you're also telling them that you're working on it. You're making an effort to get better and better at that. So you move the conversation from a negative thing, which is something that you're not good at, to something that it's your effort. It's something that you're doing to get better, which is a positive place. And people like that a lot. Good interviewers like that a lot, because all of us have flaws. We all have flaws. We all have weaknesses. But as long as we are working on them, as long as we are moving forward and making progress on that, that's what matters. Because then the interviewer will understand that you didn't stop there. You didn't accept that you can't do that. You're trying to every day to get better at that. So that was it for today, for this video. Again, if anyone wants to ask any questions, or want to know something more, or want to have some one-to-one or something like that with me, let me know, and we can do that. Cheers.